Hi, welcome to my video. This is the Eclectic Male Witch. Tonight we're doing an important discussion. The discussion is related to the spell that I did last night about removing resentment and bitterness and bringing in forgiveness and healing. The name of the important discussion is going to be the same as the title of the article that I wrote and I'm going to be reading. The name of the discussion is Letting Go of Resentment and Bitterness: The Path to Healing and Forgiveness. Now, I had AI write it. I put in some of my desires, what I wanted to say, and it basically, by what I asked it to say, it wrote the article. I find it really helpful for me to do that. I mean, I'm good at writing things down. I'm actually better at writing than I am at speaking. But at the same time, this really helps me just get it down the way that I want it to, so it makes more sense. So guys, I'm going to start reading this. Excuse me. I'm going to start reading this, and then I'm going to have a little discussion about it, okay? So here we go. The title: Letting Go of Resentment and Bitterness: The Path to Healing and Forgiveness. Resentment and bitterness are powerful emotions that can consume us if we let them. They stem from a feeling of injustice and unfairness, often caused by the actions or words of others. When we hold on to these feelings, they can fester and grow, ultimately leading to the breakdown of relationships and the erosion of our own sense of well-being. One of the most heartbreaking consequences of resentment and bitterness is the way they can drive a wedge between family and friends. We've all heard stories of siblings who stop speaking to each other, or lifelong friendships that fall apart over a perceived slight or miscommunication. It is tragic to think that something as destructive as bitterness can come between people who once loved each other. Yes, it is. The truth is, holding on to resentment and bitterness doesn't hurt anyone but ourselves and the other person, When we cling to these negative emotions, we create a toxic environment within our own minds and hearts. We become consumed with anger and frustration, and it's hard to see the good in anything or anyone. We may even begin to view the world through a lens of negativity, assuming the worst about everyone we meet. The good news is that we don't have to stay stuck in this cycle of bitterness and resentment. We can choose to let go of those emotions and replace them with healing and forgiveness. It's not an easy process, but it's one that is well worth the effort. The first step is to acknowledge our own feelings. It's okay to be angry or hurt, but we need to recognize that holding on to these emotions won't help us in the long run. We need to give ourselves permission to feel these things, but also to let them go when we're ready. The next step is to try to see things from the other person's perspective. That doesn't mean we have to agree with them or condone their actions, but it does mean we need to try to understand where they're coming from. Maybe they were dealing with their own issues at the time, or maybe they didn't realize the impact of their words or actions. Finally, we need to work on forgiveness. It doesn't mean we have to forget what happened or pretend it never occurred. See, I do disagree a little bit. The article, when it wrote that, I think by forgetting, it means like you push it to the back of your mind where it just doesn't come up. So it simply means we choose to release our anger and resentment and move forward with a sense of peace and acceptance. Forgiveness isn't always easy, but it's a powerful tool for our own healing and growth. In conclusion, letting go of resentment and bitterness is essential for our own well-being and for the health of our relationships. It's not always easy, but it's worth the effort to replace these negative emotions with healing and forgiveness. Instead of holding a grudge, we can choose to cultivate peace and happiness in our lives. Guys, that's so true. This is something we really need to think about in our lives. I'm going to light my healing incense, okay? I got a couple of these left. I'm going to have to get some more. They don't cost that much, but it gives off that healing energy. And I like to use these in my discussions because a lot of them have to do with healing and things, so if you want to try them, they're Himalayan rope incense. You can either find them online or I get them in my local Bontical store, so. Alright. Alright, guys. Like the article was saying, we understand that anger is a natural emotion. But when it's allowed to fester, it'll turn into bitterness and resentment. We might get angry, but here's the thing, guys. What do we do with that anger? What we do with the anger makes all the difference. If we hold on to that anger, it'll continue to grow in our lives. It'll continue to consume our thoughts. You start thinking about getting even with people and things that hurt you. And that's what turns, the anger is what causes the bitterness and resentment. You have another choice. You can decide that very day when you're angry, when you go to bed at night, you can make the conscious decision to let go of the anger, no matter what it is. Calm your mind, let it go. The next morning when you wake up, it's a new day, it's over with. If we do that, guys, if we catch it early, the bitterness and resentment will not turn into bitterness and resentment. An expression, actually this comes right from the Bible. I still, maybe you don't know this about me, but even though I practice witchcraft and all that, I grew up as a Christian, and I still, read scriptures, I still believe a lot of things, but at the same time I opened my mind more to some other things, guys, because I just didn't think I was getting all the answers I wanted. And so I started doing spells and everything, and it's got me a lot of peace in my life, guys. It's done so much to help me. I just want to help other people in any way I can. But this is the verse right here. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. Yes, that makes what I was just saying. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. Basically, I would say it's not more like the sun. It's more like when you go to bed at night, let it go before you go to sleep. Wake up when you lay down. Next day you wake up, it's gone. It's really tragic, guys, when family and friends don't speak to each other for years. Say, for instance, you have a good, close relationship with your family. You get in this little disagreement. Like, I've seen people the thing that really, it sickens me, like, they'll have somebody that passes away, maybe a mother or grandmother. Then they're not even, then all of a sudden, they act like they're all sad. But then all of a sudden, they stop worrying about that, and they start fighting over what they're going to get. What they're going to get from the person that passed away. Rather it's money or possessions or whatever it is. That after they just lost their loved one. All people think about is what can they get out of it. And if they don't get what they want, they'll start going against each other. And it turns into anger and bitterness and resentment. Guys, think about that. Think about that. You just lost one of your most precious loved ones. The families can't even compromise on simple possessions. I would be like, you know what? I don't need it. My family means more to me. Then take it all. I don't care. I don't want to fight over this. It's more important that I keep my family intact and together than to stop speaking to each other and turn away from each other, guys. It's just not worth it. Same with friends. Friends for years. You get in a little disagreement, and they both become real stubborn to say, well, we're not going to speak to each other anymore. There's one thing, guys, first of all, that's childish. It's acting like I don't mean to be offensive here, but it's acting like a child. We can do better than that, guys. You see children have fights and things. We don't need to be doing that. We're adults. We need to be acting like adults. We should be saying that. What kind of example does this set for your children, or my children? If they see me doing that, see me with a friend or family, and I'm deciding that they see how close we are. They see me get in one little argument, and all of a sudden we decide not to talk anymore. You know what that child's going to think? I better be so careful. I don't want my mommy or daddy to hate me because I do one little thing wrong. Is that the kind of example you want to set for your children? I know I don't. And so, guys, here's the thing. This is what you need to do. This is what I say. If there's somebody in your life, or was in your life, that you're not speaking to anymore, you make the initial effort. You go and you contact the person. You apologize, no matter who you think is wrong. Swallow your pride. Go make it right. Meet with this person. If you have to beg. But you need to make it right. I don't care if it's family or friends or who it is, guys. Because everybody has worth, value, beauty, and deserves love, kindness, forgiveness, respect, guys. One way we can show that is by letting that go. Contact the people that you don't speak to anymore. Make it right. Make it right, guys. Learn to forgive. And then you have healing in your relationships. Forgiveness brings healing, guys. I'm not saying it'll happen overnight, but work on it. Contact the people. Forgive and bring in forgiveness. Even if they don't forgive you right away, forgive them. Show them that you're serious, that you care, and you want to make this right. Start the healing process in your relationships, guys. Like I said before, I will not let a squabble come between a good family or a friend of mine. I will not cut them out of my lives. I will not. Yeah, I might have disagreements at times, but I'm not going to hold on to that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, guys. I mean, all you're doing by bringing bitterness and resentment into your life, you're destroying yourself, your mental health. Think about the stress you're going to endure from that. What it's going to do to your physical health. It can aid you, it can give you physical problems. They're finding more and more connections between stress and like releasing these certain chemicals like cortisol, things that get released from stress, guys. Enough of it will start damaging your body. Those kind of emotions, if you hold on to them long, they're not meant. Everyone has emotions, but if you continue dwelling on those negative ones, it'll take a toll on you. It'll take a toll on you. So we need to work on the forgiveness, guys. And like I said, I know what this says about forgetting, but I think forgetting is burying it so deep in the back of your mind that it never comes up again, guys. Let it go. Release the anger. Release the resentment. Don't let the anger turn into resentment. Don't create a toxic environment within our minds or our hearts, guys. We're poisoning ourselves. We're poisoning people around us. We're poisoning our children when we do this. Let's not do that. Let's be the loving example to our family, our friends, our children, and the people around us, guys. Let's do what's right. Let's love each other. Let's show the unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness that everybody deserves, guys. I know I will. I hope you will too. Alright, guys, that was the discussion for tonight. I think it turned out very well. So what I'm going to do now, I got a bay leaf. I'm going to send out this energy. And guys, if there's anybody in your life right now, you're watching this video, you can think of anybody that you haven't spoke to in a long time, even if it's just a little while. As I burn this bay leaf, think about that healing energy. Think about forgiving the person. Go and make it right. Go and make it right, guys. It says on this bay leaf, remove bitterness, bring healing. I couldn't fit the resentment out, but it's pretty close to the same thing, so I just decided to do that. So I'm going to burn this bay leaf, and I'm going to send that energy out, guys. And you can do it along with me, and you can take this energy, if it'll help you, and use that to make things right in your life with other people that you might not. Right now, I'm so happy to say that there's nothing like that in my life. There's nobody in my life right now that I haven't spoken to. All my family are all close. My friends are. I don't have that problem, guys. Because even if it starts, I'm not going to allow it to continue. If I see a friend or family start to walk away, I'm going to go over and say, hey, no, let's not do this. I love you. Let's not let this happen to us. That's what I think we need to do, guys. Before it even gets to that point where it starts getting out of control, stop it in its tracks. And if it already is, like I said, contact the person or the people. Make it right. Make it right, guys. All right. Remove forgiveness. Bring healing. Remove forgiveness. Bring healing. Remove forgiveness. Bring healing. Remove forgiveness. Bring healing. Bring in the healing now. Remove, I said forgiveness. Remove Remove resentment. Remove bitterness. Bring in healing. Remove the bitterness. Bring in the healing, guys. Let's go and make it right. Let's not let it happen in the first place. Let's be the one that doesn't allow it, guys. Remove bitterness. Bring in healing. 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 Bring in healing and forgiveness. Forgiveness brings healing. Anger only breeds if we let it continue. Bitterness and resentment. But forgiveness brings healing. So mote it be. Alright, guys. Got my singing bowl. And I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna send out more energy for this. And you can take this energy, guys, and use it to help you with that. I would appreciate if you would. If you're going through this, take this energy and use it. Reconcile with people, guys. And don't let it happen in the first place. If it's starting, stop it in its tracks. Remove bitterness. Bring in healing. All families and friends that are separated, that won't speak to each other, let them reconcile now. Let them forgive one another and start the healing process. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. Stop it in its tracks before it gets out of control and turns into bitterness and resentment. Bring in forgiveness and start the healing process. So mote it be. So mote it be. So mote it be. Guys, that energy is so peaceful that this gives off. I love it. It's so relaxing. Just peace that I get from that. I just love using my singing bowl. It's awesome. It's great. Alright, guys. I hope you got something out of this video tonight. And I really hope it helps you reconnect with people that maybe you haven't spoken to in years. And that spell I did, that cord cutting spell, guys, you can use that too. Use that to cut the cord of bitterness and resentment. Bring in the forgiveness and the healing. That's what that spell is all about. This is almost like a part 2, but it's the discussion. Sometimes I like to have discussions after spells. Or I'll have the discussion first and then the spell. I actually like to do the spell first sometimes, because then we can have the discussion afterwards. To me, it makes more sense that way. But whatever, guys. Either way, it works. Alright, guys, remember. Everyone has worth, value, beauty, and needs to be loved. Anyone you're apart from, guys. Everyone that was in your life that's no longer there because of something that's tragic, guys. Remember, those people have worth, value, beauty, deserve love, unconditional acceptance, unconditional friendship, unconditional respect, guys. If we take this and make this our life's motto, I guarantee you're going to have peace, happiness, and joy in your life. Guys, for the most part, that's how I feel now, because I've molded this into my life. And if you even just try it, guys. I know at first it might seem difficult, but once you get it down, guys, you're going to have, that karma's going to come back to you with so much joy and peace. It's going to overflow your heart. You're not going to be depressed. You're just going to be happy and joyful that you can look at people like that, and all negative, and things are just going to bounce off you that's negative, guys. So. Alright, guys, if you'd like to help out, I would appreciate it. I could definitely use, it's up to you, but I could definitely use a little help with some of the things in this channel. My Cash App is $Eclectic81. That's $ECLECTIC81. You can send me an email. You got a suggestion for a discussion or topic you want to talk about? A spell, something I can help you with, maybe that you're struggling with, maybe a spell, or even, like I said, a discussion, or just let me know how I'm doing, guys, what you think, some pointers if you think that might be able to help me. Also, it's the same as my email is the same as my PayPal. Another way to donate to this channel if you'd like. It's eclecticmalewitch@gmail.com. eclecticmalewitch@gmail.com. Alright guys, remember, love is ultimately the answer for everything. Unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness. Alright guys, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell notification icon to be updated on my latest video. Thank you for watching my video. This is the Eclectic Male Witch. Blessed be.